So a lot of people can live with themselves. That's the first thing. A lot of people can live with themselves, look in the mirror and say, I'm okay with being afraid. I'm okay with going on this easy highway over here. The easy highway has all these fucking signs and shit, directions, how to get somewhere. And you have to first be uncomfortable with how you feel about yourself. With that voice that a lot of us like to run away from, we all have it. We all have that voice that say, hey man, you know, you're kind of wimping out right now. You're kind of being a little punk right now. But a lot of us say, okay, that's okay. It's okay to tell these little white lies to ourselves. So we first have to face the real you. The real me is David Goggins. The real me is a guy looking at you right now saying, I don't want to fucking be on this show right now because I used to stutter as a kid. And I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that here in a second, I'm going to start fucking stammering and stuttering and the whole world is going to know that I have all these issues. But that's when I see right now, okay, Goggins, you got to go on this fucking show. That's Goggins. Goggins is saying, okay, David Goggins, you're a punk. Life made you this way. We can't live like this. We can't live in fear. We can't live in judgment. We can't be afraid of what the fuck people right now are looking at me saying about me. We cannot be afraid of that. That's Goggins. Goggins saying, fuck all of you who don't like me, who don't want to, and that person then comes in. But you have to be David Goggins and say, man, I'm afraid of this. I'm fucked up here. Life made me this way here. I stutter. I have these issues with reading and writing, and I'm fat and I'm insecure. You have to face that in that dark room. In that dark room is who you are. But in that dark room is where you have to create another human being that walks out of that dark room to face who you are. That's the only way you're gonna get over all those things. You have to create someone else. Not like you have two different personalities. It is you. But you have to find strength. And that visualization of almost me cracking out Goggins, like almost like that Superman cape, like I'm coming out a different person, a person that doesn't give a fuck about anything, doesn't care about being judged, who knows I'm weak, who knows I'm afraid, who says, whatever you think about me, take it, whatever, I'm here. That's Goggins. In the dark room, you face yourself, you realize you want to be better, you realize you don't want to be this weak, insecure person in the world who has all these problems that we all have. We all have. Social media is a great platform to tell you who we want to be, not who we are. So that's where that dark room is.
Our attitude towards life determines life's attitudes towards us. It's like cause and effect. You see, life is like an internal, everlasting chess tournament. And you have multiple games which constitute a tournament. In chess, we inevitably are controlled with various challenges and obstacles. If you lose a piece or make a wrong move, then what choice do you have? If you lose control of yourself, if you become excessively reactive or emotional about it, you would end up losing in the game. You must see the bigger picture while you're playing. You have to see from a zoomed out perspective, from a long-term line, like a bird's eye view, because this is the beauty of it. Life is not a single game tournament. It consists of multiple games, and you will have multiple opportunities to rectify your mistakes. However, you should not take these things for granted and appropriately value them. You have to think of what next move you want to make. You can't change the move that has already occurred, and there's no benefit in regretting the actions that you have already taken, because you'll lose sight of what lies ahead of you. Also, you must realize that venturing into territory of anxious implications has unfavorable consequences. For instance, by listening to me right now, you can't think, I should not worry at all. I should not be anxious at any cost. If you think those thoughts, This leads to forcing an idea upon yourself, as opposed to making yourself a conduit for these ideas to embody you. This is an essential distinction to understand. If you become anxious about being anxious, then you'll induce panic attacks and your situation will only get worse. If you get nervous about being nervous, then you'll panic and react from extremely emotional standpoint. The greatest players are those who deeply understand the game itself. If you understand something as opposed to knowing it or enforcing it by force, you will not create self-conflict and dissonance, and this leads to serenity. And this gives you space to own your mind and to think more creatively. When you're worrying or overthinking or become anxious or stressed, think about it. Can I do something about my situation? Can I change it for the better? If yes, then do that. It's all about maximizing your strategy and implementation. We often fail to comprehend, and most of the times we overlook our mistakes.
Nick, let's do it.